I am standing at Interlaken station, Switzerland. The Alps rise all around me. White peaks, blue sky. Perfect day. I am here to meet friends, old friends, best friends. Friends I have not seen in 10 years. They are waiting for me in a mountain village in Lauterbrunnen Valley, the valley of waterfalls. But first, this train ride, this journey, this moment just for me. The train waits, small, red, Swiss, clean and perfect, like everything in Switzerland. I board, find my seat, window seat, the best seat, the seat where I can see everything. The doors close, the train begins to move, slow, gentle. Swiss trains are never in a hurry. They know the mountains will wait. The valleys will wait. Beauty does not rush, and tonight you will take this journey with me through the most beautiful valley in Switzerland, through mountains and waterfalls and Alpine villages, through peace, through beauty, through the journey that reminds you what matters. Close your eyes. The train is leaving Interlaken. Let the journey begin. Welcome, my friend, to the midnight train. Before we enter the valley, let us prepare. Let us settle. Let us breathe. Take a slow breath in. Mountain air, clean, pure. Fill your lungs. Hold for a moment. Release completely again. In through your nose. Cold, Swiss air. Hold. Out through your mouth. Letting go. One more time. Deep breath in. The cleanest air on earth. Pause. Let it all go. Good. Feel your body where it lies. Notice the support beneath you, the softness. You are safe. You can let go now. Let my voice guide you. Let this story carry you. Let yourself drift as we travel tonight. The train is moving through Interlaken, leaving the town, heading toward the valley, toward the waterfalls, toward peace. The journey through Lauterbrunnen begins now. I sit by my window, watch Interlaken slide past. Pretty town, lake town, tourist town, hotels and shops and people everywhere. But I am leaving, going deeper, going higher, going to where the real Switzerland waits. My small bag sits beside me. I did not bring much, just clothes for 3 days. A book I probably will not read. My phone to take photos, though I know photos never capture what the eyes see, what the heart feels. I think about my friends, Margaret, Diane, Susan. We met at university 40 years ago. 40 years are too. Believe we were so young then, 20 years old. The world ahead of us, everything possible, everything waiting. We promised. Stay close, stay friends, always. But life happened, as life does. I moved to London. Marketing job. Good job. Busy job. Married. Had children. built a life. Margaret moved to Paris, became an artist. Paintings, exhibitions, a different life, a beautiful life. Susan moved to New York. Professor, university, books published, awards won, an important life. We stayed in touch. At first, calls, letters, then emails, then just Christmas cards, then just silence. Not angry silence, just life silence, busy silence, busy silence. Meaning to call, but never calling silence. 10 years. 10 years since we were all together. Then last month, a message from Margaret in our old group chat, the one we forgot we had. It said, "I am 66 now. You are 68, Susan. Diane, you are 65. We are getting old. We keep saying, someday. Maybe someday is now. Switzerland, Lauterbrunnen, the place we always said we would go. 3 weeks from today. Who is coming?" I stared at that message, felt something in my chest, something I had not felt in years. Excitement, maybe. Hope, joy, I typed. "I am coming," Susan typed. "Me too." Just like that. Just like 40 years disappeared. Just like we were 20 again. The train curves. The landscape changes. Buildings thin. Trees thicken. Mountains grow closer, taller, more dramatic. I watch, try to see everything, try to remember everything. Want to tell Margaret and Susan every detail later. The sky is so blue, Swiss blue, mountain blue, a blue that does not exist at sea level. Clean, clear, endless. The grass is so green. Alpine green, meadow green. The green of a place that knows snow 6 months, a year, and explodes with life the other 6. Cows, brown and white, wearing bells. The sound, gentle, clanging, musical, very Swiss, very mountain, very perfect. Small houses appear, chalets, wood and stone, flower boxes, red geraniums, white edelweiss. Every house looks like a painting, like a postcard, like a dream of Switzerland. I think about what Margaret wrote in her planning email. Yes, she made a planning email. Of course she did. Margaret always plans everything, she wrote. Lauterbrunnen means loud fountains because of the waterfalls. 72 waterfalls in one valley. Can you imagine? 72, she wrote. Staubach Falls is 300 meters high, almost as tall as Eiffel Tower. Water falls so far it turns to mist before it reaches the ground, she wrote. The valley is 1 kilometer wide, 3 kilometers long. Walls rise 900 meters straight up. Sheer cliffs, vertical, impossible, she wrote. Lord Byron visited in 1816, wrote about it. Goethe came, wrote poems. Tolkien visited. said it, inspired Rivendell in his books. The hidden valley, the beautiful, impossible place. I smiled, reading her email. Classic Margaret. Research everything. Know everything. Plan everything. Susan replied, Margaret, stop researching. Just come. Just see. Just be. Margaret replied. I cannot help it. I am excited, Diane replied. We all are. And we were. We are. I am. The train slows. Small station. Just a platform. A few houses. Nothing more. An old man gets off, wearing traditional clothes. Vest, hat, walking stick. He waves to someone. A woman. His wife, maybe. She hugs him. They walk away together. Slow, easy, like they have all the time in the world. I watch them, feel something warm in my chest. That is what I want. That ease, that comfort, that coming home to someone who knows you. My husband died 3 years ago. Heart attack. Sudden. No warning. Here one day, gone the next. I still forget sometimes. Still reach for the phone to call him. Still turn to tell him something. Still expect him home. The grief is less sharp now, less cutting, but still there, always there. A weight I carry. A space that stays empty. Margaret lost her husband too, 5 years ago. Cancer, long, hard. She nursed him through it, stayed strong. Then fell apart after, stopped painting for 2 years. Susan never married. Said she was married to her work, her students, her books. But I wonder sometimes if she is lonely, if she wishes, if she regrets. We all carry things. All have losses. All have empty spaces. Maybe that is why this trip matters. Maybe we need each other. Need to remember. We had each other before we had husbands, before we had careers, before we had loss. We had each other. Young, dreaming, believing everything was possible. Maybe we can have each other again. Older, wiser, knowing everything is not possible, but knowing some things are. Some things still wait. Some things can still be. The train moves again into deeper country, higher country, mountain. Country. The valley narrows. The mountains close in. The world becomes more vertical, more dramatic, more impossible. I feel my breath catch. Feel anticipation building. Feel the valley approaching at law. UTER. Mu. UNEN. The valley of loud fountains. The valley of 72 waterfalls. The valley where my friends wait. The valley I have dreamed about. For 40 years, the train rounds a curve, and then the valley opens, and I forget to breathe. That is all I can think, all I can say, just, oh, the valley. Lauterbrunnen Valley opens before me like nothing I have ever seen. Like nothing I imagined. Like a place that should not exist, but does. Vertical. That is the word. Everything is vertical. Cliffs, sheer cliffs, rising, rising, rising. 900 meters, Margaret said. But numbers mean nothing. Standing at the bottom of a cliff that tall, numbers disappear. Just awe remains. Just impossible beauty, green, impossibly green. Meadows spread across the valley floor, so green they hurt to look at, so green they seem painted. Unreal to perfect, and waterfalls. Waterfalls everywhere. I try to count. 1, 2, 5, 10. I lose count. They are everywhere, falling from the cliffs. White water. Ribbons of white against green cliffs, against blue sky. Some thick, some thin, some falling straight, some blown sideways by wind, some disappearing into mist before they reach the ground. Starbog Falls, I know it immediately, cannot miss it. 300 meters of falling water, tall as a skyscraper, tall as a mountain, just falling forever. Impossibly, the train moves along the valley floor. I press my face to the window, cannot stop looking, cannot blink, cannot miss a single second of this, the sound. Even through the train window, even through the glass, I hear it, the roar, the constant roar of falling water. 72 waterfalls, all falling, all singing, all creating this sound, this symphony, this music of mountains, loud fountains. Yes, Lauterbrunnen, the name makes sense now. Small houses dot the valley, traditional chalets, wood, stone, flowers everywhere. How do people live here? How do they get used to this beauty? How do they wake up every morning to waterfalls and not weep? Or maybe they do. Maybe that is the secret. Maybe you never get used to it. Maybe it stays impossible, stays miraculous. Every single day, I think about Margaret and Diane and Susan. Are they seeing this right now? Are they pressed to windows too? Are they speechless too? We are scattered across different trains, different times. I came from London through Paris. Margaret came from Paris. Susan flew into Zurich. Diane came from Berlin. All of us arriving today. All of us meeting in the village ahead. At the hotel Margaret booked, Hotel Oberland. Small, traditional, perfect. I cannot wait to see them. Cannot wait to hug them. Cannot wait to stand together in this valley and just look together like we used to. 3 young women, now 3 old women, but still together. The train passes through small villages, stations, people getting on, getting off, locals, tourists, everyone quiet, everyone looking, everyone amazed. A young couple sits across from me, German, speaking softly, pointing at waterfalls. She has her head on his shoulder. He has his arm around her. They look happy, young, in love. I remember being young. Remember traveling with my husband when everything was new. When every trip was an adventure, when we still had all the time in the world. I miss him. Always miss him. But here, now, looking at this impossible beauty, I feel something else too. Gratitude, maybe, that I am here, that I can see this, that life continues, that beauty still exists, that I am still alive to witness it. A waterfall appears, close, so close, right beside the train, maybe 20 meters away, falling from cliffs above, thick, powerful water, crashing, spray rising, rainbow forming in the mist. Everyone in the train gasps. Cameras raise, phones click, people trying to capture, to save, to keep. I just watch. Learned long ago. Photos never work. Memory works better. Eyes work better. Being fully present works better. I watch the water fall. Watch it crash. Watch the rainbow shimmer. Watch the spray rise. Watch. Just watch. Just be. Just exist in this moment of impossible beauty. The train moves on. More waterfalls appear. Different ones. Smaller, bigger, straight, angled. All beautiful, all unique, all miraculous. I read somewhere, these waterfalls form from snowmelt, from glaciers high above. Water that fell as snow years ago, decades ago, finally melting, finally flowing, finally falling, finally becoming these ribbons of white, these songs of water, these miracles of mountains. Time works differently in mountains. Snow falls, waits, becomes ice, becomes glacier, slowly, slowly, then melts, flows, falls, 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 becomes waterfall, becomes river, becomes lake, becomes ocean, becomes cloud, becomes snow again. Circle, endless circle. Water rising, falling, 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 forever. Like life maybe, like friendship, like love. Things rise, things rise, things change, but they return, they cycle, they continue. I think about my friendship with Margaret and Diane and Susan. We were so close, then life scattered us. Careers, families, distance, time. We fell away from each other, lost touch, forgot. But now we rise again. Now we return. Now we continue. 40 years later, older, changed, but still us, still friends, still connected, still remembering who we were when we were young and believed everything was possible. And maybe everything still is possible. Maybe friendship does not die. It just waits, like snow becoming ice, becoming glacier, waiting, then melting, flowing, becoming something beautiful again. The valley continues. 3 kilometers, Margaret said, but it feels longer, feels endless, feels like a place outside time, outside normal geography, a place that exists in myth, in story, in dreams. Rivendell, Tolkien was right. This is Rivendell. This is the hidden valley, the beautiful, impossible place where elves live and waterfalls fall forever, and time moves differently, and everything is green and perfect and untouched. Small farms appear, cows grazing, bells ringing, that sound, that gentle, constant music of cowbells, very Alpine, very peaceful, very right. Children play in meadows, running, laughing, growing up in this valley, growing up with waterfalls, with mountains, with beauty so extreme it becomes normal. Lucky children, lucky lives. The train slows. Another station. Larger this time. More houses. More people. A village. The village, Lauterbrunnen village, where my friends wait. Where this journey ends. Where reunion begins. I gather my bag, stand, feel my heart beating faster, nervous, excited, hopeful, scared. What if we have nothing to say? What if 40 years is too long? What if we are strangers now? What if, but then I remember, we are here, all 3 of us. We all said yes. We all came. That means something. That means we want this. We need this. We believe this. The train stops. Doors open. I step down onto the platform, into Lauterbrunnen village, into the valley of waterfalls, into the reunion I have waited 40 years for. The platform is small, simple, Swiss, clean and perfect. People getting off, people getting on. Tourists, hikers, families, everyone looking up at the cliffs, at the waterfalls, at the impossible valley walls rising on both sides. I look up to, cannot help it, the scale, the vastness, standing at the bottom of cliffs that tall. You feel small, tiny, temporary, like a mayfly, like a moment, like nothing against something eternal, but in a good way, in a humbling way, in a way that makes you remember. You are not the center of the universe. You are just part of it. A small part, a brief part, but part of it. And that is enough. That is everything. I walk toward the station building, looking, searching, hoping to see familiar faces. Faces I knew 40 years ago. Faces that have grown old like mine. But still, them. Still my friends. And then, I see her, Margaret, standing by the station entrance, looking at her phone. White hair now, shorter than I remember. Glasses, lines on her face, older, but unmistakably. Margaret, my breath catches, my heart jumps. 40 years since we stood in the same place, breathed the same air, existed in the same moment. I walked toward her. She does not see me yet. Still looking at phone. Probably checking the app. Probably tracking where everyone is. So Margaret. So organized. So her. Margaret, I say. Not loud. Just her name. Just hello. She looks up, sees me, her face. Oh, her face. The way it changes. Surprise, joy, recognition, love, all of it, right there, in her eyes, in her smile, in her smile, in her whole being. She drops her phone, does not care, just runs. Yes, runs. 66 years old, and running across the platform toward me. We crash together, hug, tight, so tight. Both crying, both laughing, both unable to speak. Just holding, just being, just together. Finally, you came, she whispers. You actually came. Of course, I came. I whisper back. Of course. We pull apart. Look at each other. Really look. Learning. These new faces. These old faces. Finding the young women we knew underneath the age. You look. She starts, then laughs. Old. We both look old. I laugh too. Yes, we do. Magnificently old. She touches my face, gently, like making sure I am real. I touch hers. Same reason, same need, same disbelief that this moment is actually happening. Where is? I start. Susan is already at the hotel. Margaret says she arrived 2 hours ago, has already unpacked, already explored the village. You know Susan cannot sit still, and Diane, late. Margaret rolls her eyes, missed her train in Milan, sent a message, says she will be here in 2 hours, says she met an artist, got talking, lost track of time. We both laugh. So Diane, so completely Diane. 40 years, nothing changes, everything changes. Nothing changes. Come. Margaret picks up her phone, then my bag. The hotel is close. 5-minute walk. Susan is waiting. She made tea. She found a bakery. She bought cake. She is Susan. We walk out of the station into Lauterbrunnen village, and it is perfect, just perfect. Small, Maybe one main street. Few side streets. That is all. No cars allowed. Just walking. Just quiet. Just peace. Hotels, hostels, shops, bakeries, outdoor stores selling hiking gear, restaurants with outdoor tables. Everything small, everything traditional, okay? Everything fitting. The valley, belonging here. And everywhere, waterfalls, visible from every angle, every street, every window. The sound, that constant roar, that music, that presence of falling water. Always, everywhere. Impossible to escape. Impossible to ignore. Why would you want to? Tourists walk slowly, looking up, taking photos, amazed. Locals walk normally, used to it maybe. Or maybe just better at hiding their amazement. Children run, playing, their voices mixing with waterfall sounds, with cowbell sounds, with the sounds of a mountain village on a perfect spring day. We walk together. Margaret and I, not talking much, just being, just walking, okay, just existing in this moment, this reunion, this return to each other. How is I start, then stop? How do you ask 40 years of questions? How do you catch up on 4 decades of life in one walk? How is painting? I settle on. Are you? Are you painting again? Margaret nods. Yes, finally, after Michelle died. After 2 years of nothing, I picked up a brush again. It was hard, but I needed it. I needed to create again, needed to see color again, needed to live again. I squeeze her hand. I know what loss does, how it stops you, how it takes time to start again. She squeezes back. You too, I heard. I am so sorry. John was. He was wonderful. He was. I say, we had 35 years, good years. I am grateful, sad, but grateful. We walk in silence, both widows, both knowing loss, both here, both still alive, both still capable of friendship, of beauty, of travel, of joy. The hotel appears traditional. Chalet, wood, 3 stories, flower boxes, sign, Hotel Oberland. Welcome written in 4 languages: German, French, Italian, English. Margaret pushes the door. We enter. Small lobby, but everywhere. Warm, cozy, very Swiss, very mountain, very perfect. And there, sitting in a chair by the window, Susan, she stands, sees me, her face, that same transformation, surprise, joy, love. We do not run this time, just walk, slow, deliberate. Let the moment build, let the anticipation grow. Then, arms around each other. 3 women now, Margaret, Susan, me, in a circle, in a hug, in a reunion. No words, just breathing, just being, just together. The receptionist smiles, looks away, gives us this moment. This private moment in a public lobby. This moment we have waited 40 years for. Finally, we pull apart, look at each other, all crying, all smiling, all amazed that this is real. This is happening. This, us, T. Susan says, her voice thick. I made tea. In our room, upstairs. Come, Dot. We follow her. Up wooden stairs, down a hall, to a door. She opens it, and oh, the room. 2 beds, a sofa, a small table, windows, large windows, and through them, waterfalls, mountains, cliffs, valley, all of it. Right there, framed, perfect. We stand at the window, all 3, shoulder to shoulder, looking, just looking. Diane is going to die when she sees this. Margaret says she is going to paint it. Susan says she is going to want to stay forever. We might stay forever. I say, who wants to leave this? Ever. We laugh. But also, maybe we mean it. Tea is on the table. Swiss cake, chocolate, cream. Too much, too indulgent, too perfect. We sit, pour tea, cut cake. Begin the slow process of 40 years, of catching up, of learning who we are now, who we became, what we lost, what we found. Susan talks about her students, her books, her life in New York. Busy, fulfilling, but lonely sometimes. Missing this, missing us, missing shared history, missing being young together. Margaret talks about painting again, about grief, about Michelle, about finding color again after seeing only gray for 2 years, about realizing you can hold sadness and joy at the same time. They can coexist. They do coexist. I talk about London, about John, about children grown and gone, about the house that feels too big, too quiet, to empty, about needing this trip, needing them, needing to remember who I was before I was wife, before I was mother, before I was a widow. We talk, we cry, we laugh, we eat too much cake, we drink too much tea, and through it all, through the window, waterfalls, constant, eternal, falling, always falling, never stopping, the sound, that roar, that music, reminding us, beauty continues, life continues. Water falls, water rises, cycles, returns, nothing ends, everything changes, everything continues. A message arrives. Diane, on the group chat, arrived in Interlaken. On the train now, 20 minutes. Cannot wait. Cannot believe this is real. Love you all. See you so soon. 3 messages appear immediately. Hurry. From Margaret. We saved you. Cake. from Susan, we are here, waiting, from me, and we are. We are here, we are waiting, we are ready, the four of us, together again, finally, after 40 years, in the Valley of Waterfalls, in the impossible, beautiful place, in the place we always said we would go. Someday, we always said, someday is today. We cannot sit still, cannot just wait in the room. We need to be outside, need to be in the village, need to be where we can see the valley, see the waterfalls, see Diane arrive. We walk, the three of us, Margaret, Susan, me, through Lauterbrunnen village, slowly, looking at everything, touching everything, existing in everything. The main street is pedestrian only. No cars, no noise, just people, walking, talking, living. Shops line both sides. Tourist shops, selling Swiss things, watches, chocolate, cheese, souvenirs. We go in, we buy chocolate. Of course, we buy chocolate. We are in Switzerland. It is required. Margaret buys cheese, too. And bread, and wine. Says we need a picnic. Says we should hike. Tomorrow, says she researched trails. Of course she did. Susan buys a book. Small bookshop. German books mostly, but some English. She finds one about the Alps, about mountain villages, about this valley. Cannot help herself. Susan always needs to read, always needs to know, always needs to learn. I buy postcards, old, fashioned, but I like them, like sending real mail, like handwriting, like someone opening mailbox days later and finding something real, something tangible, something that says, I thought of you, I am here. I wish you could see this. I will send one to my daughter, one to my son. Tell them, you should come here. You should see this. You should know places like this exist. We find a bench by the river. Yes, a river, too. Through the middle of the village, white water. From all the waterfalls, all the streams, all the snow melt, gathering, flowing, clear, cold, cold, perfect. We sit, three old women on a bench, watching a river, watching mountains, watching life, cows pass, being herded by a farmer. He tips his hat to us. Old tradition, mountain courtesy. We smile, wave, feel part of something, part of this valley, part of this moment. Children play by the river, careful, supervised. The water is fast, cold, dangerous, but beautiful, always beautiful. I think about my own children, grown now, 35 and 32, their own lives, their own families. My son in Manchester, my daughter in Edinburgh. I see them. Sometimes, not often enough, never often enough. I told them about this trip They were happy for me. Surprised, maybe. Their mother taking a trip. Their mother meeting old friends. Their mother doing something just for herself, not for them, not for grandchildren, not for anyone else, just for herself. My daughter said, "Good. It is good, ma'am. You should do things. Should travel. Should live. Dad would want you to." She was, right? John would want me to, would tell me to, would probably have planned the whole thing, would have researched like Margaret, would have made lists, would have been excited. I miss him, always. But here, now, with Margaret and Susan, waiting for Diane, I feel not whole, but more whole, more myself, more like the person I was before I was his wife, the person I was when I was just me, just a young woman, just someone with friends and dreams and no idea what life would bring. A train whistle sounds distant but clear, coming from up the valley, coming toward the village. We all look up at each other. Is it? Could it be? We stand, walk toward the station, not running. We are too old to run, but walking fast, walking with purpose, walking toward reunion. The platform comes into view. The train appears. Red, small, Swiss, perfect. It slows, stops. Doors open. People get off. Tourists, hikers, families. We scan faces, looking, searching. And then, there, Diane. I would know her anywhere. Still, after 40 years, Diane, tall. She was always tall. Still is. Thin. She was always thin. Still is. Hair. Wild. Curly. Gray now, but still wild. Still Diane. Wearing colors. Of course. Purple jacket. Green scarf. Orange bag. Diane could never do neutral. Could never blend in. Always had to be vibrant, alive, colorful. She sees us, stops, drops her bag, puts hand over mouth, tears, immediate tears. We walk toward her. All three, Margaret, Susan, me, toward Diane, toward the last piece, toward complete. And then we are together, all four, arms around each other, crying, laughing, holding, being complete. Finally, after 40 years, 4 friends, all together, all here, all alive, all capable of this love, this friendship, this return. The station empties. People leave. We stay, standing in a circle on the platform in Lauterbrunnen, in the Valley of Waterfalls, in the most beautiful place on earth, together. Finally, we walk slowly to the hotel. The 4 of us, together, finally. Diane gasps when she sees the room, the view, the waterfalls framed in windows. She runs to the glass, presses her hands against it, says she needs to paint this, needs to capture this, needs to remember this forever. We sit on the beds, on the sofa, talking, catching up. 40 years condensing into hours, into minutes, into moments of recognition, of remembering, of reconnecting. We make plans. Tomorrow, hiking. Margaret has maps. Susan has researched trails. Diane wants to just wander. I just want to be with them. As evening comes, the light changes. Golden, the waterfalls glow. The cliffs turn pink, then purple, then dark. We order room service, eat together, drink wine, laugh like we are 20 again, like no time has passed, like we were never apart. Later, we stand at the window, all four, looking at the valley in darkness. Stars appearing, millions of stars, mountain stars, Swiss stars, the most beautiful stars. Someone says, we should do this every year. Someone says, yes, every year. Promise, someone says. I promise, we all promise, for old women, for friends, for promises, standing in a Swiss mountain village, in the valley of waterfalls, together. Finally, after 40 years, the waterfalls continue. Even in darkness, the sound never stops. The water never stops. Falling, rising, cycling, eternal, like friendship, like love, like the things that matter. We made it. We are here. We found each other again. And tomorrow we will hike. We will see more. We will be together. We will continue. But tonight we rest, we sleep, we dream in this valley, in this beautiful, impossible place. Together, now you rest. Just like the friends in the valley, just like the peaceful reunion, you have reunited with something too. Maybe not friends, maybe not Switzerland, but something. Peace maybe, calm, rest. Let yourself sleep now. Let the journey end. Let the waterfalls sing you to sleep. Feel your body, still, safe, supported, like being in that mountain village, held by the valley, protected by mountains. Breathe slowly, in and out, like mountain air, clean, pure, simple. The reunion is complete. You can rest now. You can sleep. You can dream. Tomorrow is another day. But tonight, you rest in the valley, in the peace, in the beauty. The waterfalls watch over you. The mountains hold you. Switzerland surrounds you in peace. You are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do, resting, sleeping, being let the sound of waterfalls carry you deeper. That constant roar, that eternal music, that song of mountains, sleep. Now, my friend, sleep deeply, sleep peacefully, Right. The valley holds you. You are safe. You are home. Good night. Rest well. Sweet dreams. Sleep. I fall into peaceful and restful sleep. I relax each of my muscles. With every second, they grow warmer and heavier. I am sleeping deeply and soundly. I allow my breath to take me deeper. I dream of beautiful places. I allow my mind to rest deeply and soundly. My body is completely relaxed. My mind is safe in my own space. I let go of everything I do not need. I welcome deep and healing sleep. I am calm and peaceful. I breathe in peace. I breathe out tension. Every breath takes me deeper. I am exactly where I need to be. Resting, sleeping, being.